thought I'd have a quick look at the sunroof. It won't come out with the manual wind, it's rusted solid. The motor doesn't click. I've taken out the headlining, so there's several pieces. There's the door A-frame trims, which are quite flimsy, but they managed to come out without breaking. The usual rusty clips. That's the actual headlining itself, that's in good condition. There's lots of rust fallen down from the roof. Just use a few pry tools. And then there's the surround for the actual roof. The sun visors come off. And then the mechanism, the motor's at the back, and you can actually get an Allen key in that little slot under there and wind it, but it's actually jammed. Quite difficult to film inside. So yeah, it's rock solid. So you turn this with a T30, and it's supposed to wind these things down and pop the roof up, but it's not happening. So I'm just trying to get something down there and just free the rust off all the way around. So I've been round with a paint scraper, pretty crude, but you can actually get the thing to move now. But up at the front, it's pretty much gone. You can see it's rusted, so there's no channel left in there at all. I would expect to be like a bit of a gutter for water to channel in, and then down the 4 drains in the corner. So the drains are obviously being blocked over the years, and it's just been stood and gone. So is that popped up there? Yeah, it's pretty weak as well. So I'm going to have to take all the mechanism out, get the roof out, and then, well, I don't know, cut it out and just weld a piece in, solid roof, or try and fix the gutter in, fabricate something. I'll have to have a look when it's open, if it opens. So it does come out in one piece. 4 10mm bolts, 1, 2, 3, 4. Pull off the sunroof drains. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then there's some nuts here that are just, I'm not sure what these are doing, but there's a circlip round there. But just locating bolts, but they seem to be jamming up against there. So once they come out, well, these are actually left in the car, so I'll go and have a look in there. But that's in reasonable condition. It's quite heavy. I'll just turn it over. So the motor winds these, they were supposed to be like worm gears in here, and they come along, and it must be something that winds it up there. So this needs all taking apart, and that looks pretty gummed up. The edge of the roof. We'll have to see, strip it down. It's going to be a difficult repair, this, metal wise. I think the mechanism should clean up, and then the actual car itself, it's another story. This is quite messy. There's a lot of rust come out of it, but this is the worst bit here. There's like the outer skin of the roof and then the inner. where it's just non-existent. So it looks like the roof should come in and fall down. That's just a crease, I don't think it's a seam. But it starts here, this lip. So we may be able to fabricate that back on there. I mean, if we cut it back, it's not going to be pretty. But it might need cutting back there and just a new piece welding on. Maybe okay. And then a clean up round there. That's all part of the same profile there, and it's disappeared here. So that's not too bad to get a piece in if we can get back to some good metal here. Which again, the good metal starts about there on the actual roof line. We'll see. I might just give it a clean up. I might not attempt it yet. I might just clean it up, get the mechanism working, shove the roof back in so at least it opens and closes. And then make a decision on all that later. I'll get some kill rust on it and give it a clean over the next few days. Yeah, it's got a sunroof now. I just put a piece of plastic in, that would be nice, glass roof. On the sunroof mechanism, the cables which pull backwards and forwards through the tubes, these were on here. These are just solid in here, they won't move at all. I've had PB plaster and WD and brake cleaner in them. You just can't get them to free up. Which is a shame because I'd have liked to have got the sunroof going. The top wind lifter as well that goes across the back on a pop-up, that's broken there. That I can't even remember what it was supposed to be fastened to. I think it goes onto that mechanism there. This is the end of the cable that's broken off as well. So the more I'm prizing, the more I'm just breaking parts away. So I'm going to have to give it up. It's a shame. These are the tubes. This side's the same. That's still got the cable in it, and that's broken off the end there. And that's the same. I just can't get that out. I can't get this to move. I'm just going to end up smashing it all. So I'm just going to rebuild it back up, and then I'm just going to have to fit it with it's going to have to be a non-operational sunroof model. The motor works fine. So I've tested that 12 volts on there, that spins backwards and forwards okay. This is the bit that goes onto the clamps there. There's two rivets that were drilled off. So I'll put it all back together as it was. This will be a record just in case I get some thoughts later, or I can find any spare parts if I can get one off a scrapper. Even if they are available, they're going to be expensive. So that's a shame. So the actual top itself, this is the lid. I'll clean that up. And then inside the car, which we've seen earlier, I'm just going to go around and wire brush all this off, get the angle grinder off it, cut away, see what we're left with, and then look at either putting some new metal in or just fiberglassing it up. So yeah, there's not a lot to weld to, so it might have to just be a fiberglassing just to give it a little bit of strength, and then put the lid panel back in, a bit of paint on it, and I think it should look okay. Hopefully. But yeah, job fail. So to have any chance at all of getting into the mechanism, you've got to get the top panel out away from the actual frame. And to do that from the inside without damaging it, he managed to get down the top edge with a screwdriver, and there's plastic clips, so if you go along the screwdriver, when you start prising, you can see them starting to just form through the actual material. And then when that's done, you manage to bend this up, because this is all sat inside that frame over there. I managed to bend this up, stick a picture on, and then you manage to pop up these, which are just plastic clips which are broken away. And then once all those are up, as I say, you can bend that up, and I managed to sort of slide it out this way, away from this. And then when you've got access to this, you've got these 6 nuts which go through, and they fasten into here. Without getting that off, you've got no chance of getting into any of this mechanism. This is it actually built back up again, so it's just ready to go back in, and it's all seized, so I've just rebuilt it, ready to go.